Well, good morning, everyone, and I welcome you to our awards ceremony. Some of you may be still coming in the back door of Bingham, so to speak, and I welcome you. I say a good morning, and I know you're all over the world, but it's great. It's great to be here, and I want to talk just very quickly about what this ceremony is as a tradition, and then make some remarks about the moment and about what I hope you've learned. But I begin here. So the award ceremony is a tradition that goes back decades. I recall it as a student in the 70s, and it was already an important part of the school then. And so it's something we've done for years, and it's a way to honor character and intellect. It's a way to recognize individuals, but I really think of it as something much larger than that. I think of it as anytime we're in Bingham or anytime we're gathering, it's really a celebration of community. And it's a way to recognize what we have that's special at Taft in terms of our culture of excellence and achievement. And so normally what we would do is people would stand and be recognized, or they'd come to the stage and receive an award. In this case, awards obviously will be mailed. But what I'd remind you is that this is really about everybody, because you cannot have a culture of excellence without those thousands of acts by every single one of you every week. And so when you hear a name being recognized, or when you hear about groups of students who are representing the school in academic competitions, let's say in physics or math, or members of national honors societies and organizations, this is about every one of you, right? This cannot happen without the commitment and curiosity that every single one of you has. So while it's a celebration of individuals for sure, it's really a celebration of what marks this community. With that in mind, I want to make some quick remarks about this moment. And I want to think about why this moment is so important in our history. And I would remind you that we don't get to choose history, right? We don't choose history. History chooses us. And you and I and all of us have been chosen by a moment in history that is, I think, going to be seen as extraordinarily important in our lifetimes. And I think of it as what I call a hinge moment. You think about the way in which a door swings on a hinge and in a frame. And what's swinging is the before and the after. And we exist on that axis between the before and the after, between the past and the future. We didn't choose this. None of us chose this. I don't think anyone chose to exist at Taft and be at Taft on 9/11. And that was clearly a hinge moment for us as a school and as a nation. Or if you go back 2 generations, I don't think those boys, and of course it was all boys, who came into Bingham when Headmaster Cruikshank announced that Pearl Harbor had been attacked, a similar kind of hinge moment. Or if we go back a generation before that, we think about, let's say, when the influenza epidemic was sweeping the globe. And I can imagine Horace Taft meeting with the school. And so I think we live in one of these moments that swings, and we're on that axis. And I think it's the kind of moment that we're going to talk about, and it's going to define us, and it's going to define you. And I imagine that you're going to be talking about this moment and remembering what you were doing at Taft and what it was like to be at Taft during the moment of COVID. And you'll be talking about it at reunions. You'll be talking about it with your grandchildren, because someone is going to ask you, what were you doing during COVID-19? And so I think it's that important. I think that we will remember this, and surely it's defined us. It is defining us right now as a nation. It's certainly defining us as a school. It's certainly defining me personally and professionally, and I'm sure I speak for all faculty when I say that. And it is defining you. And so if we didn't choose it, on the other hand, I like to view it optimistically and say, in what way are we being defined in ways that will change and better us and make us even better people? Better scholars, for instance, better community citizens. So let me talk about 3 areas quickly that I wonder about in terms of what you're learning. I think the question about how this moment is shaped you as a learner is really, really interesting. And I would encourage you not to lose the opportunity to reflect on what that means, to think about, what did I learn about myself during this moment? So here's the question that I would hope that you would be asking. As our school model has changed, that is for the last over 2 months, what have you discovered about yourself, your habits, your skills, and your qualities? And I really mean this. I think that you should engage in some serious reflection on that, whether it's journal writing, whether it's conversation with your parents, and ask yourself during this model, what did you learn about yourself? What did you come to understand about your skills and your habits and your qualities? And I want to suggest three that I think probably shaped you and you've been challenged by. And if you have and they've improved, you're going to be even better prepared for the future, whether that's coming back to Taft or heading off to college or whatever. So here are the three areas. The first is this. I am guessing that your organizational skill set, your organizational habits had to change. I've talked to many students, many of you, advisees and others, emails and texts and calls about what you've learned about organization. And clearly we all have different ways of organizing. You can have in a single room, two roommates, one who's got the kind of desk where everything's at a right angle and neat and clean, and there's Post-its and there's reminders on the calendar. And then the roommate next, 10 feet away could be the person who looks like they're a complete mess, but it actually all works for them. You could have that in a single family. You may have gone home and one brother and one sister have very different habits. So the ways in which you organize yourself is critical. And what's happened is at Taft, we help you with that, obviously, right? Our schedule organizes the day in ways that are helpful. The physical spaces are organized. It's really clear where you can relax and where you work and so on, where you exercise versus where you study. When you got home, you had to develop, I am guessing, and I hope, new organizational techniques, new skills, because this was different than the ways in which Taft is so carefully organized and fit and set up to help you. And so if you, and I suspect for many of you that was a challenge. I suspect that you were not as organized at first and then discovered I'm going to have to be. So if you've gained in your organizational skills, that is going to serve you very well. So if nothing else, if you've changed and developed those organizational skills, I think that's going to be critical for you. Here's the second. In what way do you think your discipline, that is your ability to self-regulate, has grown and deepened and changed as a result? Now, having discipline is critical in anything you do. Certainly at Taft it is, and it's really hard to be disciplined at Taft, even though we have lots of ways to try to help you. After all, homework is not fun often. It's called homework, not home play. And to do something, each of you has classes that you find boring or really difficult or tedious. And yet you have to be self-regulated. You have to have the discipline to actually make yourself do it. Now, Taft is curated carefully to help you with that. And when you got home, you lost that environment. And my guess is it took real learning. I've talked to students who admitted that they were not disciplined at first and found themselves waking up late because they didn't have the discipline because they were, let's say, playing Fortnite or on social media or watching movies and so on. So if you've developed the discipline under really difficult circumstances, extraordinarily difficult circumstances, as all of you are in different conditions and homes, and developed the ability to make those small, good decisions every day and able to follow through on those, that will serve you incredibly well going forward. So second, if you've developed discipline, boy, this has been something that's going to help you. And then finally, the question of independence. In what way have you developed a kind of independence in this last 2 months? Now, Taft is carefully structured, if you've noticed, to kind of create structures around you, especially when you're younger. And as you get older, we dismantle the structures strategically as your independence is developing, right? So we give you a little bit less latitude and freedom at first, and then more as you get older, as we realize that your independence is growing. And when you got home, I would not be at all surprised if that independence was really challenged in some ways. You had to make your own choices, right? You had to motivate yourself in different ways. You had to accept the consequences of whatever those decisions were. So if you've developed independence, that will serve you really well. So as you think about yourself living in this hinge moment, I just hope that when you look back on it, you'll be able to say, it did find me, and it changed me, and it helped me develop skills and habits that are going to really serve me well. And so I know it's been extraordinarily demanding, and I know that we did not choose the moment, but I think that we need to be optimists. I think we need to be strong, and I think we need to seize the moment and reflect on it and say, how has it changed me? How has it made me better? How is it going to serve me better in the future for future challenges? And I really encourage you to reflect on that. I've done a lot of reflection on my own life and what I've learned about myself as a person and as a leader and as a husband and a father and a teacher. So I hope that you do the same, and whether it's with family or friends or in your journal or what have you. So I'll stop there, and I want to move to the program. And we will start, I'll make a quick recognition and then turn it over to Mrs. Kennerson. And then she will read a number of awards and national organizations. And then I'll close out with a few. One of the things I want to do is begin, as we do every year, by recognizing international students who come to the school for just 1 year. And I think these 4 students we should really applaud, because it is incredibly difficult to go to a school knowing you're going to be there for 1 year and to immerse yourself into a school culture and learn in a different language and all the ways in which you have to adjust. So these 4 students, and again, normally we would be welcoming and celebrating them on stage, but I'd like you to think about all that they've been through and the kind of strength and resilience that they have to show to come from a different country just for the 1 year. And we start by recognizing Clara Eckstein, who is an Iway scholar from Germany. The second is Koko Kawaguchi, who is a Keio scholar from Japan. The third is Bingchen Christine Li, who is the Fudan scholar from China. And then fourth is Laura Male, who is the assist scholar from Denmark. So to those 4, I congratulate you, and I recognize the great strength and courage you've had in doing what you've done. And with that, we now turn it over to Mrs. Kennerson, and with thanks for her for doing all the work she's done in making this happen.
Thanks, Mr. Mack. The following, I would like to recognize students who participated in the National Merit Scholarship Program. The following students took the 2019 PSAT this past fall, and with their high performances have shown outstanding academic potential. From approximately 1.5 million program entrants, each of these students is among the 50,000 highest scoring participants who will receive recognition in the 2020 National Merit Scholarship Program as either semifinalists or commended students this coming fall. They are Timothy Broadbent, Yuksum Chan, John Church, Alexander Jansen, Julia Kim, Benjamin Lay, Ethan Lillian, Simon Massinio, Samantha Olette, Shayna Patrick, Peter Prosha, Peyton Roberts, Fong Ling Vu, Felicia Wang, Andrew Yang, and Lorinda Yang. Congratulations to these students. The Citizenship Award. This annual award goes to upper middlers who have contributed significantly through their volunteer service in the community. This year, the award goes to 2 students, Timothy Broadbent and Nicole Say. Congratulations, you 2. The Roland G. Osterhouse Class of 25 Debate Prize. Roland Osterweiss was a brilliant Taft student who went on to a distinguished career as a professor of American oratory at Yale, where among others, he taught George W. Bush and John Kerry. The Roland G. Osterweiss Debate Prize is given at the discretion of the headmaster to recognize that student whose dedication, passion, and ability in debate best embodies the legacy of Roland G. Osterweiss. The award goes to Maria Emilia Mare Gandarella. Congratulations. A few noteworthy achievements of our Science Olympiad, robotics, and math teams. In science, in the TSA competition results for the state competition, our 9th and 10th grade team was first in their division, while the 11th and 12th grade group, the A team was 3rd and the B team was 5th. In the latter group, we had the highest multiple choice test results, and the A and B teams came in 2nd and 3rd in the build competition. For the essay, both teams were in the middle of the pack. The 9th and 10th grade team also had the highest multiple choice scores and were 2nd in other categories. Congratulations. In the Yale Physics Olympics, we entered 2 teams out of 50, total of 50. The human error team of Ernest Protas, Andre Torchillo, Ben Lay, and Christine Lee won the Fermi problem competition and came in 5th overall. The non-local interaction team of Peter Yu, Stefan Kim, Harry Wang, and Felicia Wang came in 8th overall. The mathematics team had another great year. Mr. Zippoli reports that the year began with a 2nd place finish at the Math Bash at Hotchkiss and had a strong performance at the Harvard HMMT competition. An impressive 9 students qualified for the AMY, which is the American Invitational Mathematics Competition. Ben Lay, Christine Lee, Kevin Liu, Theo Norledge, Anna Serbina, Felicia Wang, Harry Wang, Peter Yu, and Coco Zhang. The female coup d'etat team of Anna Serbina, Felicia Wang, Ling Vu, and Coco Zhang defended the team title at the Girls in Math competition at Yale. Mr. Zippoli reports that one highlight in particular was the last NEML, the New England Math League contest, when the team got a perfect score. He said, quote, "It was a great year for the Taft team, real champions." The following slide shows this year's members and inductees to the National French, Spanish, and Latin Honor Societies. Some students who took the National Latin exam are also recognized. I'm not going to read everyone's name, but I'll give you a chance to take a look at the names. And if you need to move the thumbnail of me and Mr. McMullen around on your screen to see everybody, you can. And please know this is being recorded as well, so you will have access to it. These are the French Honor Society members. And congratulations to the Latin Honor Society members of 2020. And this is slide 1 of the Spanish, slide 1 of 2 of the Spanish Honor Society members. This is slide 2 of 2. And congratulations in particular to the gold medalists for the National Latin Exam Awards of Jonathan Chen, Shana Patrick, Matt Ramirez, and Mikey Roberts. The University of Rochester Bausch and Lomb Honorary Science Award. This award is presented by the Bausch and Lomb Company to that member of the upper middle class who has been outstanding in his or her work in science. The recipient this year is Andre Torchillo. Congratulations. The Brown University Prize, presented to that upper middler who best combines a high degree of ability in English expression, both written and spoken, and with those outstanding personal qualities which, in the words of the Brown Charter of 1974, give promise that that student will become one of the succession of men and women duly qualified for discharging the offices of life with usefulness and reputation. The award goes to Peyton Donahoe Roberts. Well done. The Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute Medal, given to that an upper middler for excellence in mathematics and sciences. The award this year goes to Benjamin Lay. Congratulations, Ben. The University of Rochester Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony Award. This award is presented to that member of the upper middle class who has demonstrated commitment to understanding and addressing difficult social issues, leadership and dedication to community action, strong grades and rigorous courses taken in the humanities and social sciences. The award goes to Simon Massinio. Congratulations, Simon. Now I'll turn it over to Mr. McMullen.
Thank you, Jen, and congratulations to all of those students. The Fraker Family Award. This award is given by the headmaster to the upper middler who has distinguished him or herself in creating a close and diverse global community. The award goes to 2 students, John Hammersley Church Jr. and Lauren LaCruz. So congratulations to both of you. The Feidelson Family Leadership Award. The Feidelson Award is awarded annually to a rising Taft senior who has shown great strength of character, acts quietly as a mentor in the Taft community, and sets an example of civility and leadership for others in the dormitories, playing fields, or classroom. The award this year goes to Elena Echeverria. Congratulations to Elena. The University of Chicago Book Award is given to that student whose challenging coursework, intellectual engagement in and out of the classroom, ability to draw connections across academic disciplines, and commitment to community mark him or her unique. The award this year goes to Benjamin Lay. Congratulations, Ben. The Dartmouth Book Prize is presented to an upper middler who has demonstrated intellectual leadership and made a positive contribution to the extracurricular life of the school. This year's recipient is Benis Babenskis. Congratulations, Benis. The Harvard Book Prize is awarded to the student in the next to last year of college preparatory courses, whom the headmaster, after consulting with the faculty, shall deem most worthy by result of high scholarship and character. This year, the award goes to Hongtao Harry Wang. Congratulations, Harry. The Princeton University Prize is awarded to a member of the upper middle class whose high honor roll standing and commitment to learning exceeds classroom requirements. The student's good character is evident in community service activities, outstanding contributions to the extracurricular life of the school. The award this year goes to Fun Lin Vu. Congratulations. The Smith College Book Award is presented to an outstanding upper middler who exemplifies academic achievement, leadership qualities, and concern for others that characterize thousands of women who have graduated from Smith College. This year, the award is presented to Sarah Madeline Katz. Congratulations, Sarah. And finally, the University of Virginia Jefferson Book Award. The Jefferson Book Award program was established to recognize outstanding high school students during their upper middle year. The award is presented by the school's committee representative to an upper middler whom the school considers to best represent Jeffersonian ideals of scholarship, leadership, and citizenship. The award this year goes to Peyton Donahoe Roberts. Congratulations to Peyton. Now that ends our academic award ceremony. And again, I close with the thoughts that I began with, and that is that all of us have been chosen to live in a moment that will be spoken of for generations. And I think that all of us are going to be looking back and remembering and being able to answer the question, do you remember where you were during COVID-19? And my challenge to you, and what I think is so interesting to do, is to ask ourselves, what are you learning about yourself in this year? In particular, what have you learned about yourself as a learner under really challenging circumstances? I am incredibly proud of all of you, not just those we've recognized today, but indeed every single one of you who's remained an engaged and curious learner under these circumstances. I will tell you that the faculty have been really impressed, and I've heard over and over again the excitement and pride and satisfaction that they have had in working with you in an entirely new way. So great work by all of you. The year is almost over. I challenge you to end in really strong fashion. And with that, we will adjourn. Thank you very much.